Good morning and welcome to the Recovery Report Live. My name is Matt Sengsourinh, Senior Vice President here at GlobalPro, and I appreciate and thank you for joining me today. Our founder and president, Daniel Odess, is actually out of the office this week, so I'm taking over today. We have a fun-filled show for you. First, I want to start off with, I think, one of the most important points of this week. Most of you may not know, but March is a special month this year. There are 11 palindromes in the month of March 2023. Yesterday was a palindrome of 3/21/23, and that equals 11. So I bring this up to start off this show because it is our 11-year anniversary, and I can't thank everybody enough, our clients, our friends, our family, everybody involved on the GlobalPro family team here at our headquarters in Coconut Grove, over in Dallas, up in New York, at all of our offices across the country. Thank you to everybody. 11 years is a big feat in the world of small business. The theme I wanted to also start off with today is that the 11-year theme usually is about steel. And I can't thank you enough because we've been building this GlobalPro business, this GlobalPro family, like steel, and to talk about our process and to talk about our team. We have fortified the GlobalPro brand and the GlobalPro process to ensure that our clients are fully indemnified. We focus every day on our core mission. Our core mission is to disrupt the insurance industry to protect policyholders. And we have done that for 11 years, just as strong as steel. So thank you again. Let's get to it. I want to talk about all the bits of information that are most important from this past week here. And one of the highlights of this week was the House here in Florida finally passing House Bill 875. It's been passed on to the Senate. They're going to vote on it soon, and we'll see if this becomes actual law. I wanted to kind of highlight some of the points of it, but ultimately, from a 30,000-foot overview, this act is described in the bill as an act relating to consumer protection. Unfortunately, the bill is quite literally the exact opposite. I would argue, and we would argue here at GlobalPro, that in fact it instead protects insurance companies, and it might be as anti-consumer as you can get. One of the main issues with the bill is timing, right? We can always talk about delay, deny, defend. That's the modus operandi, the SOP, the standard operating procedure for insurance companies. And what this does from a timing standpoint for insurers, unfortunately, is it gives them more time to waste, more time to delay, more time to weather their storm of claims activity after a catastrophic event, pardon the pun. But if you look through the details of the bill, you're going to come across some of those time changes, like I mentioned. And for example, for some reason, it's always popular to bring up the right of rescission for insureds. Now, I'm all for providing a chance for the insureds to change their mind or cancel a contract. Of course, that's their right. We're Americans. This is our right, in general, right? But this bill changes the right of rescission from 10 days to 30, more specifically during a state of emergency. But think about what I'm saying. So after a hurricane occurs, the insured has 30 days to change their mind on whether or not they want to proceed with representation. Now, again, the right of rescission is inherently very, very valuable and should be provided and should be a benefit to all insureds. But changing it from 10 to 30 days, while it seems like it's giving an advantage to the insured, it's actually giving the advantage to the insurer. We couldn't get an adjuster or adjusters to many of our properties for almost 3 weeks. 3 weeks after Hurricane Ian came through. Notwithstanding the fact that Hurricane Nicole came through right after that, it took us 3 weeks to get started on inspections. If you think about it in that context, that leaves the insured with no information, no way of making a guesstimate or a best guess on whether or not they want to proceed with representation for 3 weeks after they've either been displaced, their home has been destroyed, or they've lost, all their contents and everything else. In a catastrophic event, waiting 3 weeks to get the insurance company to come to your property is a long time. It feels like an eternity. Think about that, though. If they didn't come out there for 3 weeks, and I would say that was more often than not, that leaves the insured technically with 7 days, right? So in 7 days, instead of weeks at a time, they have to make a very, very difficult decision here. That's just one part of how this crunches the timeline and allows the insurer to delay. They have no reason to have to get out there right away, knowing that the longer they wait, the longer they take, the longer they delay, the less chances of the insured having representation will probably occur. It'll benefit them, right? Another prime example, we have a claim right now, right? To be more specific, it's commercial paper, it's for an association. However, there's a part of this provision where it changes the right of rescission from 10 to 30 days, and then it also changes the process or the timing for an estimate. So you have two very important, most impactful parts of the adjustment process crammed into the beginning of it. So if you have 30 days for right of rescission, and then you have 45 days to deliver an estimate, right? Your representatives are going to have to make a decision. Do they take your claim on a contingency basis? Do they put all the work, sweat, money, time, energy into preparing the claim file at a very high level, right? Estimate, supporting documentation, everything else, just to get to day 29 or 30 to have the contract rescinded, just because. Most folks probably wouldn't do that, right? So again, the insurance company gets a chance to delay here. The representation for the insureds have to make a decision, a business decision. What are we going to do, right? And if at 45 days, which is 15 days later, 2 weeks after the right of rescission, they start to cram all of that work, try to get all of that stuff done, trying to make sure that the work they're doing is going to be, fruitful for them as well, it actually compresses the time on top of giving the insurance company even more time to delay. So hopefully you guys get the math there, but it doesn't make any sense. And in particular, when you have a situation where an insurer, on top of that, to pile on, requests a POL within 60 days, a proof of loss within 60 days, imagine inserting that into the process. We had a claim where the insurance company didn't get there for 42 days, 2 weeks, 15 days actually, over 2 weeks, before they inspected the property. They asked for a 60-day POL, a 60-day proof of loss. And this is a massive claim. And this is, in fact, unfortunately, the state-backed insurer for Florida who has a process, I should say, right, where they do these things. It's more prevalent than you think. And pushing out the time to make an important decision like getting representation or not allows the insurance companies, not the insureds, the advantage here. On top of that, putting a timeline on the most important part, the valuation of the damages, that is shortly after the right of rescission, again, puts a lot of stress and pressure on the insured side, not the carrier side, not the insurer side. This doesn't make sense in that context. Again, I'm all for brackets around timing. I'm all for making sure that insureds have the right opportunities to get representation or get out of bad representation or the representation that's not for them, whatever reason, right? I'm all for that. But we have to make a better way of getting through this process and making it more fair and more advantageous for the insured, not the carrier. Decisions like these leave the insured in a very, very terrible position, and ultimately what suffers is the adjustment of their claim, right? The full benefit of their policy. It's going to be very, very hard if much of this is changed. With that being said, I want to make sure that we keep this in context. That's mostly for residential and for unit owners, right? Not the commercial paper side of it, not commercial policies. So again, the people that need the representation often can't get it. The insurance company will delay, and then the representation that's there will have to make a decision, how they're going to proceed with crunch timelines along with pressure from the insurance company and the statute, okay? The other thing I wanted to mention here is that, there is a part of the HB 875 where you're going to start looking at the definition of public adjuster. What's interesting here is that they tie this to these changes, I should say, to the unlicensed practice of law. This is it's something that's been thrown out a lot. Unfortunately, at GlobalPro, because of our process, because of the pedigree of our team, the way we've built our team, and the way we adjust claims, we've been accused of this many times. It's just a matter of process. We take a look at the statutes. We look at the policy. We ensure for our clients, our insureds, that they get every right owed to them legally, every benefit owed to them per the policy. And what this bill talks about is basically that the changes that are proposed are supposed to crack down on that or lessen the effect of the unauthorized practice of law. But it doesn't say anything about either the definition of what they mean by the unauthorized practice of law, nor does it draw a correlation to any of these changes and how that affects. Again, no definition of the unauthorized act of law, but there's no correlation to these changes and that. It makes zero sense. So again, on its face, just reading it from a 30,000-foot overview, it doesn't make any sense. But I advise you, it's been passed by the House. You should take a look at it, make sure you understand what's going on, and get an idea of some of these big changes that are potentially going to be coming here in the next month or so, okay? A further point, I want to reiterate something that we've talked about a lot. The bill, again, makes it very, very clear. Contractors, subcontractors, anyone helping with the claims, cleanup, mitigation, repair, any that part of it, period, full stop, are not licensed to adjust claims. They are not licensed to adjust claims. The bill says they cannot advertise, solicit, offer to handle, or perform public adjuster services as provided in the statute. This is very, very important. One of the things that the lobbyists and the insurers use to argue that the markets are too hard here and that they have a tough time insuring properties here is that there's fraudulent schemes out there. There's roofers, other types of contractors that are trying to adjust claims. They're pushing the insureds to put in frivolous claims for things that A, aren't covered, B, should have no business. They should have no business recommending it, suggesting it, or even trying to handle it. And this bill reintroduces language that says they cannot advertise, solicit, offer to handle, or perform public adjuster services, right? They are not licensed to adjust claims. Public adjusters are the only licensed individuals in the state of Florida to adjust claims on behalf of insureds, okay? I want to make that very, very clear. This kind of wraps up that portion, or those portions of the bill I think are most important. If you'd like to get the bill, I can send it to you. Please send us an email at recover@globalpro.com. Happily, we'll PDF it, send it over to you. It's a big file, but let me know. Would love to engage in discussion. Would love to talk about this more, with both sides. So please let me know. Wanted to give a quick recap of the past week. We had an awesome week, starting with yesterday. It was a packed day. I was out of the office all day. We started with celebrating and recognizing all the important and influential and impactful women in our lives. It's National Women's History Month here. We had an amazing event over at Candleland and Cora Gables. And I just want to thank everybody that came out. Hasna, Katarine, Natalie, Hilda, my wife Kristen was there. Right here on our team, Farah, Yen. I want to thank Natalie and Marilyn from Real Manage as well. Great day. And Bettina, most importantly, the boss of the LBA, she was with us as well. It was an amazing event, and thank you guys so much. And we're here to celebrate you and all your impacts and influence on all of our lives in this industry. Thank you. I also wanted to talk about another amazing event yesterday that was with the Brickell Neighborhood Association. I want to thank the B&A and the board. James, the head of the DNA, was also there. We got to see the chief of police, Officer Morales. It was an amazing event, and the discussion revolved around all of the crime and the ways that the police are interfering and taking care of that stuff, cleaning up the parks in Edgewater. It was a really impactful and productive meeting, and I think a lot of people walked away, feeling much better about the state of things and what's going on. That's one of the biggest districts here for us in South Florida in terms of high rises and condo living. It encompasses basically everything from Edgewater all the way down here to City Hall and Coconut Grove. So a very big deal. Thank you very much to everybody for allowing us to participate. We appreciated the chance and the time. One other thing for this upcoming week, we are 8 days away from the LBA Builder and Business Expo. You definitely do not want to miss this event. We're joining the main stage panel. Daniel Dess will be on the main stage panel for the first the panel discussions of the day. It's all about Surfside, the effective Surfside on not only the insurance industry, but building, construction and development in South Florida and Florida as a whole. They're going to tie in some information and discussion around how everything is occurring at the legislative level and the reaction and the responses Again, correlating it to Surfside, right? The reactions and responses to, post-catastrophic code changes and law and ordinances and things like that. You definitely don't want to miss this. We're going to wrap up the day with a fireside chat where we specifically talk about P&C, or property and casualty insurance, upcoming legislation, new laws, new changes, things that are going to affect over the next couple of months. I talk about this every time, and I mentioned it last night as well. I think right now one of the most important things associations can do is to get the process of renewal started right away. If you're renewing anytime between now and the end of the year, obviously, which is a bulk of the associations, you need to get the process started. If you wait, if you're in the second half of the year, for instance, if you wait till after June 1st, it's going to be too late. The average increase in premiums we're finding now are going to be between 30 and 40%, even after the past 2 to 3 years. So I tell everybody, if there's one nugget of information, please go back, start the process now, talk to your brokers, talk to your agents, try to get the renewal process going, get prepped, figure out what you need to do with the association's budget, figure out what you need to do with assessments. It's very important. It's vital to the success of the association this year, and it could impact the next decade, to say the least. There's a lot of things going on. You need to get that process started. If you need help with that, if you would like more information about that, again, certainly available. You can always email us at recover@globalpro.com. Give us a call here at 855-487-7475. Anything around or surrounding your property and renewal, obviously we can help. The insurance coverage experts here at GlobalPro, happy to extend all of our resources, happy to discuss and try and figure out, how to resolve or solve some of the issues that are upcoming for associations. Let's move on to kind of a personal note here before we get off. There are a lot of amazing sneaker drops happening this week. I wanted to highlight some here that you need to watch out for. You know how crazy we are about sneakers around here, and our Fresh Kicks and Cuts initiative for our foundation, GlobalPro Cares, will be in full effect this year. We're making some big announcements here coming soon. But most importantly, I think there are 4 or 5 upcoming drops that I think you guys should be aware of. Upcoming here on the 26th, one of my favorites, one of the most sought after, I think, for 2023, the Nike Air Max 1 86, the big bubble. Everyone knows the big bubble, and it's coming in white and red. I love it. I cannot wait. I'm gonna need at minimum 2 pairs. You know how that goes. I missed last week at the original launch of the New Balance 990s V6, the Baklavas, the Action Bronson newbies. I totally missed them. So they're general releasing, I guess I should say, on the 24th. That's tomorrow, so don't miss out. Make sure you know where to go if you want those. If you don't have a 4th or 5th pair of the Panda Dunks, don't worry. They're re-releasing on the 29th. I think there's probably millions of pairs out there at this point. So if you again want a 4th or 5th pair, go ahead and try. It's going to be on the 29th. Don't forget that. And also, just a little shout out, little New York to end the show. Ronnie Feig, Clark Originals, and Adidas are coming out with a retro Adidas Samba. Right, the homies at Kith are actually coming out with a crazy version. 3 different colorways, but a crazy version of the Samba. Right, that late 90s soccer style, and I cannot love it more. So check that out for sure. That's coming out tomorrow. Those are going to go quick. I mean, those are going to sell out immediately, and they're just Adidas Sambas. Who would have thought, right? Ronnie seems to have the vision. So take a look tomorrow. In closing, real quick, big shout out to Mr. Josh Bachner, celebrating his 5 years here at GlobalPro. It's 5-year work anniversary. There's not many things we can do on the claim side without Mr. Bachner. He's one of our rock star attorneys. He's absolutely crushing it. He's growing. He's learning. He's putting the processes in place and building the foundation over the past 5 years to be very, very successful in our business. And we can't thank you enough. Keep up the hard work. Congratulations. We're looking forward to the next decade, not the next 5 years, the next decade. All right, thank you very much. Remember, guys, don't forget to follow us. LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, everywhere, right? YouTube. We always have updated information. We always provide news that we believe and hope that you can use, and you can follow us anytime there, okay? Thank you again. Quick show this week. Join us next week, same time, 11 a.m. Next Thursday, same GlobalPro channel, the GlobalPro YouTube channel, and we'll get more information to you. Again, if you need us for anything, if you have loss or damage, if you have questions about renewal, if you have construction going up next door to your building and there's concrete overspray, waterproofing, paint, stucco, if you're getting damaged by a nearby property, give us a call right away. We can certainly help with that and show the association how they should be protecting their building. Call us at 855-487-7475. Always email us at recover@globalpro.com. That's it for this week. Hopefully you guys had a great time with me. Thank you again for joining us today on the Recovery Report Live. See you soon. Bye.